Good morning, everyone, from a very brisk Six Flags Great Adventure and the media preview of their brand new for 2025 roller coaster, Flash Vertical Velocity.
This is the first ever Super Boomerang in the United States. There's one over in Asia, but we have never done one before, so this is new for both of us.
I'm going to say most people here have probably never experienced a ride of this type. So, of course,
I want to find someone here who has. I want to find the one guy who's like, yeah, I rode that.
It's possible. Here's what I'll say. This is, a new generation Vekoma coaster. And so, at the moment, there's not too many of these in the United States. Of course, we have Siren's Curse and Circuit Breaker coming later, but this is a very unique type of ride that most people haven't really gotten a taste of yet. They haven't experienced that new Vekoma flair.
Yeah, and the Boomerang is kind of a staple of Vekoma's history. This is kind of their reworking, reinventing, and polishing of it to make it better.
Instead of the two spikes at a 60-degree angle, it probably is, now you have two vertical spikes. We have multiple booster launches. We have a couple of inversions. There's a stall, a rollover. It's gonna be really fun. I'm excited for this thing.
Me too, and I'm sure it's gonna be worlds better than the original.
So when you enter Six Flags Great Adventure, you're gonna hang a right past the fountain like you're walking to the giant wheel. And the entrance to Flash is just down this plaza. We have a new sign that is likely going over here. Obviously not yet, but is a work in progress.
So the placement of this ride does concern me a little bit because, as someone who grew up going to Great Adventure, it was always, people would flock. Joker didn't exist back then, but I imagine people flock there now because it's literally the first thing you see. But everyone went straight to Superman, and I imagine you're going to have people go straight here as well. And because this is going to be a one-train operation, because it's a shuttle coaster, I imagine this line, especially at the start of the day, is going to be brutal.
Yeah, I think it rides the line of you probably should do this first thing, but only if you hear at rope drop. If you're late, it might be too late where it's actually better to come back later in the day.
You should, if you're not here like the first minute that they open, then you should definitely come here later in the day because right at the front, that's where people go.
Here is our main plaza. So we have Justice League to the left, Wonder Woman dead ahead, and the entrance to Flash right down here. But you might notice something is missing. This is where Cyborg was. When they built Flash, they specifically positioned it so that it wouldn't interfere with the attraction. And now it's gone.
Are you really sad about it?
No, I didn't like it.
I
rode it once.
I think I rode it once, and I think I just don't like repetitive movement on any ride, but I particularly did not like it on this.
I just didn't think it was very dynamic.
No.
It just felt like you were just kind of gliding around.
Well, and wasn't I feel like I remember the blood rushing to my head a lot and just feeling uncomfortable. I don't know.
It wasn't. Yeah, so
see you later.
They turned it into this little plaza right here. Honestly, you wouldn't even really know that a ride used to be here. So I think it's all right.
It feels like something else needs to go right here.
Yes, something should go here at some point.
A statue even?
A statue could be cool, yeah.
A Flash?
Maybe some benches, some places to sit. And like many of the attractions here at Six Flags Great Adventure, we do have lockers directly outside the entrance so you can put your items in. There's the kiosk right there. I always recommend getting the movable locker so then you can just put your things there all day. And actually ends up being a pretty good price if you get a lot of usage of it. All right, we got the Flash here.
How are we today?
Running fast as 60-something miles per hour, right?
Oh, well, I know that's what the ride's doing. I know I'm
You're a little faster? Have you raced it before?
Well, I haven't had the chance to. I think we might have to try that today.
I would love to see that.
I'll tell you what, once you're on the ride, you'll have to see if you can see me right alongside you.
There we go. 3, 2, 1, and then we This is a huge queue. We're just going on the backside of that plot of land where Cyborg was. You can see we do have a display right there. That is the layout for Flash Vertical Velocity. No loose articles are permitted on the ride, but they do offer complimentary small lockers for some of your items that are double-sided. Holy crap, this is huge.
Are they gonna put something there or
So I don't know where they got the information, but this morning people who are here way earlier were telling us that their plan is to add more here.
I hope
but
so.
I don't know where they got that information from, so.
Yeah. Very interesting. This queue is massive. And here's El Toro Ryan currently uploading his on-ride reaction.
Oh no, this is your guys.
That's ours.
Yeah,
you're uploading ours.
They dropped your footage here.
Okay.
I'm gonna export it and get it to your YouTube channel.
Yeah. So then, thank you. So then we'll just upload yours then.
That's you,
Yeah.
Would it be awkward to tell you we haven't ridden on camera yet?
Oh, this must be AI then, because it's you guys in this video.
So what happened during your first attempt to ride?
So we got up as far as right there, launch one, and then we stopped. So that was it. We got like 100th of the ride.
What do you mean
So
you stopped? Like,
we did launch 1, and then the brakes turned on, and then we just stopped right in place.
So a
and,
proper aborted launch, huh?
yeah, proper boarded launch.
but hey, you know that's a pretty good indicator that the safety systems were working as
Yes.
intended, right?
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah, it's a safe ride, like flawlessly. We saw it happen. Got nothing to worry about when riding the Flash.
All right, we just rode Flash for the first time, so we took over the back car, and I tell you what, that was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah. Well, it's freezing, and I have to say, can everyone else agree that it's like 20 degrees colder in the station?
Yeah.
It's brutal.
It's so cold in there.
Yeah.
So, that naturally comes with the ride running probably not at its full potential. So that is our disclaimer that it is definitely going to speed up throughout the day.
And in the summer. Go ahead, you go first. You
Yeah.
bring it more than us.
So even my first ride was at 7:30 this morning. It was much colder at 7:30 this morning, and it already warmed up way more than when I rode it the first time. Both times I thought it was really fun. I liked the same elements both times. It was just quicker the second time.
Okay.
But I really like it. There are some I really love the stall going backwards specifically. That's the best element in the ride, I think.
I'm with you there. I was actually going to say the same thing. My favorite part of the ride is the whole backward section, but like specifically the stall backward. Like that is a fantastic stall because it is done perfectly where it's like you really do fully stall out. Like, like I think about Velocicoaster or Iron Gwazi where you're still going very fast through them, so you don't get that quite as much hang time. And this one you really do slow down a lot.
Yes.
And it's like, woo!
Yeah, I'll agree with you about the backward section, but the main difference that I will say is I actually prefer the double up forwards versus when you go backwards is a double down. But I
Yeah.
think that you have more power going into those, like the apex of those hills. So like, I don't know, that uplifting station is more prevalent.
Okay.
But I think when you're sitting in the back, the first spike is really cool. When you're sitting in the front, the second spike is going to shine more. But right now, the front car is completely, you can't sit there because there's cameras. So the exit for the ride is actually down on the other side. Like you enter right here, like where Cyborg was around the corner. But it drops you off in a new stand where they have some merchandise for the Flash. It's called Speedster Central. You can see all the shirts and hats that they have on display here. And for the event, they do have cupcakes and cookies for us. These chocolate chip cookies are stuffed with more chocolate, and they are for sale in the park. I'm really excited to try those out. Apparently, they also had peanut butter and jelly stuffed cookies. We did miss those, though. But these cookies are huge. Those are just regular chocolate chip. They're just massive. All right, man, what'd you think of Flash?
I really liked it. I mean, I rode twice so far, both middle rows, and considering how cold it is, I mean, I think Six Flags definitely has a winner on their hands because, I mean, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when the weather warms up, or sitting in the front or very back. I think it's going to be a whole lot better back there. But even in middle row seats, there's a few moments of really good airtime. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I just rode in the back row, and it definitely is warming up a little bit. My first 2 rides were in the middle, and I was a little underwhelmed. The stall's amazing. The airtime's pretty good, and although it's not as crazy as some of the new gen Vekomas you might see overseas, we were just talking, it's kind of a nice supporting cast member of this coaster lineup, and just so smooth, so nice. The new trains are amazing. Yeah, it's a great ride.
To ensure all volunteers
They
are
have
protected
themed
from the
audio.
dangerous elements
It's telling
of
the
Speed
story of
Force,
what's going on here with
no news
Flash. So
articles are
basically,
permitted on
we are
the
here at Star Labs
As a
conducting
warning,
an experiment or participating in an experiment
Is this Hulk?
to access the Speed Force. Yeah, kind of is. What's up, Bangs?
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? You like the ride?
Didn't see you behind the camera there.
You having fun?
Yeah, this ride's great. It's really good.
We just witnessed a rollback on Flash vertical velocity. So you can see there's the train sitting right there. They are perfectly safe because there are LSMs right there that can just send it into a swing launch to restart the train. So at no point were the riders in any danger, but it was still pretty cool to see. Like,
And everybody, there's all a bunch of enthusiasts on the train. They're all cheering. They're
Yeah.
like, this is awesome.
well, yeah, because like
I love
versus
it.
on like, you know, a normal operating day, there might be someone from the public who doesn't understand what's going on. It's like,
Scared. And
yeah.
people are like, woohoo.
No, they're having fun with it. So yeah, just minor delay, and then they'll restart it. They'll send the train back around, and everything will be fine. Well, I stand corrected. They actually are evacuating the train. You can see them popping restraints right now and removing all the riders manually, which is very weird because like they can swing launch it. So I have no idea why they would do this. This feels like a way more time-intensive thing, unless it's I don't know, another problem. Most likely, what happened is that the stators right there did not kick in when it was traveling up into the double up. So that is why it didn't have enough momentum to make it through. But it still is a magnet, so you know, it just stopped it, you know, as it's supposed to if it doesn't make it all the way through. And here they all come, fresh off of their evac. What just happened?
We got a little suck. Yeah, like,
How was that?
it was interesting. Like we were going for like the second launch, like this behind this building here, and all of a sudden it sounded like a magnetic brake run instead. And we were like, oh, that's different. And then we just didn't make it up the hill. Then we just stopped. And yeah, and we were all cheering because we're a bunch of nerds and stuff. So yeah, it was cool, honestly.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, like, you know, I hope they are able to get it, you know, figured out so
Yeah.
that doesn't happen as often. But you know, from a nerd perspective, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's great.
Welcome to Star Labs. Thank you for This facility is currently researching ways for a non-conduit means to access the Speed Force, a cosmic energy function. We are one step closer to understanding.
And that does it for Flash Media Day. We were able to get a lot of laps in on this attraction, so I feel like we really got a good feel for it considering the weather conditions. We're gonna be back opening day, and it's supposed to be like 80 degrees, so I think it's gonna run a lot better then, but for now, I think we have a good feel of it.
It is frigid right now. It sucks. But the ride is great. I am really curious about riding in the front row because that's currently not available because of the camera rigs. So that's probably my priority whenever we do come back for opening day, is to try to do that. But overall, I'm really excited about this ride. I think people are really gonna like it. I think it's gonna be a crowd pleaser because it's very smooth. It's not like so crazy intense that like you know, people are gonna be like, this is a lot. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I would not say it's an overly intense ride. I'd say the most G's that you get is like the bottom of that earlobe, you know, as you're like diving down towards the ground.
You called it that.
Whatever. Anyways, yeah, I would say that like, you know, it is a supporting cast edition here at Great Adventure.
But a really good one.
Like, it is a
That's
very
really
solid
good
one. Like, okay, you compare this to like, this is obviously meant to be a successor to the old Vekoma Boomerangs. Would I rather ride this or an old Boomerang? Obviously, I'd rather
Is that
take
a real
this.
question?
I'm trying to make a point that like this is the type of edition that you know you
Give
can
me the
put
old
in like
school kind.
a similar space. You know, it's a very compact ride. The old boomerangs are more intense than the super boomerangs.
Yeah, but these are
It's-
much more pleasant.
Yeah, the range of sensations that you get though on this is different compared to normal boomerang is like all positives. This
Yeah.
you get positives and negatives. I'd say
Yeah.
there's more negatives than positives though.
Yeah, well, so for this one, the moments of airtime that I really like, when you go forward into it, the double up, that's really good airtime. But then also when you go backward, when you go down the smaller drop, weirdly enough, you get like, I get like that stomach feeling that I haven't gotten in a really long time on a roller coaster.
Okay. I would say definitely this is worth coming out to do. You know, I think that this is a nice addition for what it is in Great Adventure. I think the main issue is going to be capacity. It is on one train. That is by far the biggest downside of this ride.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah, I am kind of surprised that they didn't go for like trying to do like a turntable thing or something. But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. If they're gonna have to put a really good team of operators. Like the ones they had today are great.
Yeah.
As long as they're moving fast and guests are being cooperative and putting all their stuff in the lockers, so they don't have to worry about that. Like they can keep things pumping through pretty good.
But you can see from like the queue that they have set up there, they are anticipating a lot of people coming out to wait in line for this attraction.
It's a great ride. Everyone should ride it.
It
It's just
should. I'd like to see a
timing.
bit more theming in there, though. I think there might be some more on the way, but as of right now, it is definitely a little bare.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Hoping that changes.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, make sure to stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios. We have that upcoming video from Great Adventure. We also have some stuff coming up still from Rapterra and King's Dominion.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you guys for your support, and we'll see you next time.